What's going on, everybody? It's MDENT313, and I'm back at y'all with another one. And I want to get my thoughts on the fight between George Kamboses and Vasily Lomachenko, right? I think it's an amazing fight. A lot of people not talking about it because there's so much other great things going on in boxing, a lot of other bigger fights. But this fight is actually a phenomenal fight, right? People seem to think because Devin Haney went in there and thoroughly outboxed George Kamboses twice that he's going to be an easy fight for Lomachenko. And I don't believe that to be the case, right? And George Kamboses, the guy who also beat Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, he beat Teofimo Lopez even though he struggled with Devin Haney. And I know the triangle theory don't necessarily work in the sport of boxing, but George Kamboses' awkward style and Vasily Lomachenko being a southpaw, I got a sneaky suspicion, especially with Vasily Lomachenko being out for so long. He had a super long layoff. I don't ever remember Vasily Lomachenko having a super long layoff like he had now. Haven't seen him since the second Devin Haney fight. Maybe he fought Jermaine Ortiz. I don't remember seeing him in a while. So it seemed like he's coming off a long layoff. I know he had shoulder surgery or whatever. But I'm thinking he's going to win, but it's going to be a close competitive fight. And I think Kamboses is going to put on a better performance, but they're going to give the fight to Lomachenko because I believe that they're going to try to make a Vasily Lomachenko versus Shakur Stevenson fight. I know Vasily Lomachenko don't really want to take the fight, but Shakur Stevenson won it in Top Rank, want to do their best to stay in Shakur Stevenson's good graces because after this upcoming fight from Shakur Stevenson, he's going to be a free agent. But back to Lomachenko and George Kamboses. I do think at times in his spots, his southpaw stance and his in and out style is going to give George Kamboses problems because he is extremely fast when he's darting in and out, Manny Pacquiao style. But I don't think Vasily Lomachenko's power is going to bother George Kamboses. He took Teofimo Lopez's power much better than Lomachenko took it. He dealt with the speed of Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez a lot better than I believe that Lomachenko dealt with his speed. But what's going to hinder Vasily Lomachenko is I believe for the third or fourth time in a row that Vasily Lomachenko is going to get off to an extremely slow start. He's a slow start. He tends to pick up in the second half. But I think the damage will be done and make the fight a lot more difficult for Lomachenko because of slow starts. I do believe he's going to come on late. He's going to start to rack up some points. But I think ultimately the fight will be given to Vasily Lomachenko 7-5. But realistically, in reality, I think the fight belongs and deserves to go to George Kamboses 7-5. I don't see a knockdown from either guy. I do see both of these guys getting hurt potentially. I see Vasily Lomachenko getting hurt a few times early in the fight, and I see George Kamboses getting rocked and hurt a couple times on the back half of the fight, rounds 8, 9, possibly 10 as well. But I think it's going to be a burner. I wish more people was talking about it. I don't believe that this fight is getting the marketing and publicity that it should be because you got big fights coming up. When you're talking about big fights, you got Tank versus Frank coming up. We got Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder taking on who's my boy? The guy who just fought. Who was the guy he just fought? With the devastating left hand, Zilly Zhang, right? You got Wilder versus Zilly Zhang. Excuse me for having that brain fart. You got Gervonta Tank Davis taking on Frank Martin. And then you just had Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. And it was a lot of shady business and controversy going on in that fight. You just had Canelo versus Munguia. So it's a lot of fights that's overshadowing this Vasily Lomachenko-George Kamboses fight. Excuse me. But nevertheless, I believe it's a good fight. I hope you guys watch. I hope you guys tune in. I think you're going to see fireworks. You're going to see some boxing, some great boxing. You're going to see some banging, some counter punching. You're going to see a mixture of everything, right? I believe if George Kamboses can put Vasily Lomachenko on the back foot, it's going to be problems for Vasily Lomachenko, especially with him having his long layoff. But I'm interested to know what you guys think about the fight. How do you see this fight going? Who do you see winning? How do you see them winning? Give me your predictions in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when the latest videos come out. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.